Nothing.
All right, party people in the place to be, vandals, and all you out there just chewing on a taffy man and listening to some Beyblazer. Like this is a brand new episode of How We Get Here, and tonight, man, we are having a really cool guest on with us, man. I am so excited for this one. Um, kind of wanted to talk to him ever since I discovered this book on Kickstarter about 4 years ago, Joe. Like I don't know, it was around when we first started working together, right?
Yeah, 4 years. I think it came out. When did we do our first naughty and nice list? I think it was that same year.
Yeah, 2020. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think you can maybe tell it's a little echoey in here. I'm going to be recording from the bathroom tonight.
Yeah.
In honor of issue 5 of.
I see what you're doing with the.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, there you go. Issue 5. There's a good scene. What is it? A good 3 or I think it's 3 pages or 3 or 4 pages.
I was literally gonna bring this up and ask you, Joe, if you were like the kind of friend that would talk to somebody while taking a dump, or if you would like call somebody back.
I'm the type of friend that would live stream it. Yeah, but I will go back to the office. I'll mute myself and I'll go back because I don't know if the audio is good in here or not. But
That's pretty funny. I appreciate that, and thanks for having me, guys. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah. So if people haven't guessed, we have Captain Rottsteak here, the cartoonist, creator of Everything is Super, and this book is it's wild. I mean, it's fun. Johnny, I ordered it through the comic shop, but for some reason it never came in, and Johnny got it, and it made his end of year list. So I was like, so I think I don't know if it got a second printing or it got listed in the diamond again, and I reordered it, and it actually came in that time. So
okay,
so I got lucky because it wasn't very easy to track down if you didn't get it the first time around.
Well, thanks for checking it out. I mean, it did do a second printing, so maybe
that's what I got then. I got the second printing.
So one of them, the first printing says volume 1, and the second one says great unwashed. That's kind of the indicator.
Oh, yeah. There, okay. Right there.
Okay, second printing.
Second printing. So, yeah, I ordered the first one, but I guess maybe it had limited stock, so kind of the same idea as what happened when IDW underprinted the Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ronin issues, so...
Oh, they did it on purpose, man.
Yeah, but I ended up getting it after all, so that's good.
I remember scrolling Kickstarter and just seeing this page, man, and just being like, okay, man, what is up with this? I'm gonna have to back this book. And like it was like $15, man. Like you can't get a graphic novel on Kickstarter for $15 no more, man.
Yeah, well, it's what 130
pages around.
30, yeah, I'd say about that.
Yeah,
I think I don't even remember.
So this was Kickstarted, Johnny?
Yeah, from Birdcage Bottoms,
okay.
Best of the Year, I think, thing for that year. I think it was 2020 or 2019, and yeah, I just saw it and like kind of reminded me of one of my favorite cartoonists, Farrell Dalrymple, a little bit in the art department. His book Wrenchies, but like this is way different, man. This is I don't even know, man. This book like goes all over the place. It's hilarious. It's a little sad. It plays on trauma. It plays on all kinds of stuff, but for the most part, it stays pretty punchy, man. You're pretty rolling with it the whole time, and I gotta say, man, that's pretty cool to have like in indie comics. Most of the time with a book like this, like the creator just wants to depress you. So it's pretty cool that. You kind of
Oh,
toe a line, man. Like it's very punk rock. I believe that that's what you were going for. I mean, like of course the logo is kind of more grindcore, which I like really drove my eye to it too. I'm just like, that's rad. You know what I mean? That's a bold choice, and I guess that kind of bit you, huh? Some people whined about not being able to read it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's interesting discussions about it, right? People, I was talking to people on Reddit, right? Somebody warned me not to post stuff on Reddit. They'll tear you apart. So it's like, all right, I'll post stuff on Reddit. And people are generally pretty nice. Constructive criticism. I have a folder actually on my desktop just titled "Dude, I can't read your title." For all the comments that I get, I don't get them often, right? And people are generally pretty nice about it, but they're like, "Dude, I would read this, but I can't read the title." And I'm like, "What's it's part of the package. Like if you can't get past the weird title, the content might not be for you as well, you know?"
Like yeah, if I was gonna like miss out on every band whose like logo I couldn't read at first, like I would miss out on so much good music. And
Yeah.
I like the new one. It's kind of like a lot of bands will do that actually, like simplify their logo. I like Suicide Silence did it. And they kind of like mainstream it a little bit, and yeah, it looks good still. It's kind of got like more of a straight edge hardcore band logo look
Oh
to it
god,
now.
I didn't think of that with the X's. Christ. I'm gonna have to change it again.
The Youth Crew comic, man.
Yeah, I mean it's probably not really like a straight edge thing, but yeah, I don't know. I might change it again. I still have time to. I've mixed
Oh no,
feelings about logos and that. The idea was just to have something that, like, when you saw it on a shelf, even if it's not legible, you got a bookstore or whatever, and you go, "What the hell's that?" That's kind of the thinking behind it. And like pattern recognition too. If you see something that you can't read but you recognize a pattern over and over, to me that I find that kind of curious and makes me want to look into a thing. If I don't initially understand it.
I agree. So, good captain, sir. If you would be so kind for the listeners at home, do you have like kind of a pitch that you have for everything is super, kind of like how you explain it to fans?
No.
No?
I'm
Right.
I'm I'm terrible at elevator pitches. I was actually going to ask you guys because I sent you guys the 5th issue, and I thought it'd be funny to ask you guys, how would you elevator pitch that issue? Right?
Oh
Like
man,
it's
like a '80s cartoon, but like gone wrong, gone bad. You know what I mean? Because
okay.
like the babysitting aspect and the yeah, like I would kind of say that like it reminds me of like a cartoon from when I was a kid,
Okay.
just spun. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, just for listeners that maybe like aren't familiar with the premise, is it's like it's a small town. Everybody has superpowers except for one person, but everybody is kind of useless and backwards. This like X-ray vision dude who's a pervert, and a Human Torch guy who's got narcolepsy who burns down people's homes. Things like this. So like the crux of it isn't that the guy doesn't have superpowers. It's not really like a main focal point, but it's just it's like this idea of illusory superiority. Like if everybody's special, then nobody's special. But then if somebody's subpar, then they're by default special
Yeah,
in a sense. Something like that. I have trouble with elevator pitches. I'm mostly just kind of like, you know, I like subjective art. Like, what do you think? Like, I prefer people's interpretations tend to be a little more interesting than maybe what I'm trying to say. Or I find it more interesting. Like, I know what it is, right? I want to hear what somebody else thinks it is, kind of thing.
well, in a neat way, especially in issue 2, you kind of play with a person's personal trauma and kind of like connect that to their power, which is horrific. Like some of the nastiest body horror I've seen in a comic in a while. But like it's a sad story, man. You feel really bad for Lori, and you think Tony's such a, but like it's probably like yeah, my favorite issue so far. Like I really liked
Oh, thanks.
just that it's such a different take on anything like ever regarded superhero wise. You know what I mean? And it's a very human story. Like kind of reminds me a bit of a Harmony Korine movie ish. You know what I mean? But like yeah, Harmony Korine and David Cronenberg. Hey Joe, your mic's not working, bro.
Oh,
Sorry. uh,
I'd have to
but
go
yeah.
back to the washroom setup.
No, I was just when I set this mic up, it has a button I have to hit, and I always forget to hit it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Johnny, I was kind of thinking like you. I kind of thought it was like if Todd Solondz made a comic book, like a superhero comic, it'd probably resemble this a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with Welcome to the Dollhouse, Happiness.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's the director of those movies. Like if this is the superhero version of like a Todd Solondz movie, right? And man, those are the vibes I got. Like you said, issue 5. If I had to pitch that, I'd say it's kind of like it's definitely got an 80s throwback feel to it. I hate always referencing movies, but Weird Al's movie UHF.
Yeah.
Like if you mixed UHF with Honey I Shrunk the Kids, what you'd probably get directed by Todd Solondz would probably be issue 5, you know?
Well, I don't know. Issue 5 is probably the funniest issue so far. So I wouldn't say it's very Todd Solondz because like I don't like there's some awkwardly funny, like his movies are so depressing. I'll giggle out of just being so fucking uncomfortable. Whereas like everything super issue 5 is actually hilarious.
Or who directed Gummo?
Harmony Korine, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, we're in the same wavelength there. Definitely, it's got that like late 80s, early 90s throwback vibe. Like even your Lloyd, right? That's the main character's name, Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd, the human.
It's like yeah, you've got Lloyd. He's like a cross of like wearing the old school Adam West Batman mask, but he's got that upper lip gum thing. Like, what is it, Butthead or is it Beavis?
Yeah. Butthead, yeah.
Butthead, yeah. So it's like Butthead trying to be a superhero, except he's a bit more articulate, you know?
Yeah.
Not as much of an idiot, a brain dead kind of guy, but
I mean, he's still an idiot.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah.
But I mean, everybody is in this. Like nobody is nobody's like virtuous in the book as I see it. They're all kind of slightly deplorable people, you know?
To a certain point, yeah. But I mean, it's got like that small town, coming of age, like just slacker teenager, like.
But small town full of weirdos, like showing a small town how it really is, not really like that buttercream gang shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, I was born in a small town. I didn't grow up there, but I would spend all my summers there, and it's just, I don't know. Like some small towns, you get this wholesome feeling, but this place, like people throw beer bottles at you when you're walking around, and
yeah,
you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If you grew up there, those things could seem normal, just like every day. But if you're from the outside and you come and visit, you're probably like, these guys they're all a bunch of fucking freaks. It's like a town of inbred people or something.
I mean, there's like weird shit. Like people, like on a Saturday night, you go downtown. It was like a ghost town. You never saw anybody ever. Mm-hmm. It was really weird and sleepy and kind of creepy. And I remember when I was a kid reading the local newspaper that we got, and I think it was our neighborhood or a neighborhood close to us, but the gutters were, somebody was chopping up cats, and they were finding disemboweled cats in a gutter, like multiple cats. Yeah. So it just kind of paints this picture in my mind of this creepy town where I'd never see anybody, and then there's these like weird nocturnal activities going on. So I think maybe that was kind of like a springboard for the book too, right? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the inspiration has to come from somewhere. So, what better place than personal experiences? I mean, it feels more authentic that way.
Well, yeah, everything's based on more or less people I know or have encountered, or like little pieces of me, or I'm making fun of myself in there too. Like, like the macaroni art thing. It's like
Yeah.
a metaphor for this book
Okay.
because it takes me so long to make, and the the gains from it. Like I could be doing something far more lucrative, maybe less time consuming, right?
Yeah.
I may as well be making macaroni art. Like that's my
Okay.
joke to me. And also, I went to as a kid. Everybody was starting to go to art university, and that. Like I didn't go to post secondary school, but a lot of friends did. And I remember going to. They're like, what would you call it? They're graduating art shows and stuff, and there's like blank canvases and macaroni art.
Yeah.
You know?
Vernissage.
Yeah, and it's like,
Mhm.
what in the? Okay, so that's the macaroni thing that's in the book.
Mhm.
That's what that's kind of referencing there.
Yeah. Well, it depends what kind of art you're into, right? So if you went into
Sure.
like fine arts, then you'll get more liberal interpretations for people.
I guess so. I mean, I've had a bit of trouble like integrating with that crowd, I guess. I was a third wheel once. I was like a wingman. A friend of mine was courting a nice lady, and he invited me along to be the wingman. So I was stuck with her friends. Well, and they're artsy, you'll get along. So I asked them, cool, like, they said we'd get along, we'd draw pictures or whatever. I said, well, what do you make? She tried to explain it. And she was like, what's your thesis? And I said, what are you talking about? And her thesis was empty space and filling it, which is what, like breathing? Like,
Yeah, it's pretty vague, right?
it's very vague. And you're spending a lot of money on post-secondary education to be that vague, right? Like,
Yeah. A lot of it does seem kind of made up as they go along, and
which is fine. Like, we're all doing that to an extent, right?
yeah.
But just the prestige of the fine arts, I have a bit of trouble with. Like, I used to do art shows, and I found it like too decadent-y, and I'm not that kind of person. I mean, it's not everybody, obviously, but it was in my comfort zone.
Unless, I mean, because there is like a certain aspect of like it's not, I don't want to call it trash art, but like the John Waters, like
outside of art,
yeah, just outside, the just the weirdo art, or like people that are really like they're giving you something, but it's really weird. It's not like these abstract ideas. They're actually presenting you something, but it's super weird. Like it's visual, it's there, it's tangible. There's an idea, a concrete idea behind it, but it's just really out there. And I find, this definitely falls in line with like maybe the John Waters type of, like, if you love John Waters movies, you'll probably really love this book as well.
Yeah, that's cool. A friend of mine sent me some meme the other day of, I'm probably not going to describe it very well, but there's a guy in a suit who looks very artsy, in front of a gallery. It was like an arrow to him or a caption like art consumer, and then there's a homeless guy in a sleeping bag, disheveled, drinking a bottle of wine, and it was like artist.
Yeah. Really, a lot of art is just a con, right? It's just how good are you at convincing people it's art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, like, I don't subscribe to this idea just because you're creative or you're an artist or you make stuff, you have to be like a drug addict or a maniac. But I have a theory that it's due to fumes. Like, I've ingested a lot of paint fumes over my time, and meeting older painters and stuff. We're all like a little loopy. I think it's just fumes that make us
it's funny because you bring that up, because I was at a client's house was it last week, and she started talking to me about paint fumes, and she's like, oh, like paint's so different today compared to the old days. She's an older lady, right? And I think she paints as a hobby, and she's painted her whole life, and she's like, man, it's like
She's like, wait till you get older. She's like,
Yeah.
you'll probably be a lot different if you keep painting and stuff like that, and with all the fumes. So I was like, well, paints aren't quite the same anymore. So
I mean, it catches up to you, right? Like when I was a kid running around with like the graffiti kids, they would warn us. Like I didn't really spray paint; I was more into wheat pasting, but some of my friends were spray paint dudes. But the thing was, like, spray paint, if you use it for long enough without a mask, it screws up your kidneys. So you're gonna end up, you know, a 50-year-old man in diapers just because you're trying to be cool, spray paint without a mask, right? So it's I mean, it's a thing, right?
So when you were in Montreal, did you do some graffiti?
No.
Okay.
Maybe when I first moved there, I did some wheat pasting.
Okay.
I took part in some mural things here and there.
Okay.
Because
really. I went to school with a guy who was part of a crew, and so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Cops. I don't know if they were still around when you were in Montreal, but yeah.
It sounds familiar, but I
Cops with a K. Yeah.
What's it stand for? Or was that just his tag name?
No, that was their crew. They were called Cops, like a bunch of graffiti guys together and stuff. Okay. Yeah, and I was in a program with one of the guys that was in there. So yeah, cool. I remember he didn't make it to the end of the year because he got picked up one weekend by cops and spent
the cops.
He spent a weekend in jail and stuff, and he missed some time from school because of getting caught doing the graffiti and stuff.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he went to jail for a couple months for graffiti. Yeah, I put his tag in the book here and there, but that's my little nod to him. But he stopped immediately after. Scared him to death after.
Yeah.
I knew this guy that got like $150,000 worth of shit fucking tied to him from California to Montana.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true because you have a signature, right? So they could just
his name was
find you everywhere, right?
Wands, WANDS, and he had train cars and shit all he would he had family in Montana that he'd go stay with in the summers after because he was kind of a bad kid in school. So
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he's
I don't know, but that's if I did graffiti, I think I'd come up with 4 or 5 different names and just go under a bunch of different pseudonyms. If you get caught, they can't tie every single piece you've done to you. So
that's it. They compile files, right? Like I just did weed pasting, which I didn't think was very
What exactly is that?
It's just water and flour on a piece of paper, and you're just paper macheing a drawing to a wall.
Got you. Okay.
So it's you just get a sponge and wipe it down if you don't like it.
Well, if they're gonna pick you up for that, then they'd have to throw every bar in the city that are pasting posters up for ads for parties, shows, stuff like that, right? So
that's a good point.
Yeah. I don't even know if they do that anymore. I don't think that with social media now, I don't even think kids understand that. Like the whole pasting those boarded up parks and stuff, then they just you say we'd paste the posters for an event at a bar or a band that's coming that used to get it all over, even around posts they would do it. You'd see it all over the place. I remember. Now that you mention it, I don't know, I don't see that anymore in this city.
I haven't seen it. I mean, out in the country we don't have much graffiti, but
Yeah, I mean, in Oklahoma City, I don't know if anybody interesting comes by. I know that what's that Chinese ballet thing that is propaganda or whatever, that comes to Oklahoma City all the time. But
really,
yeah.
I mean, are they big in Oklahoma?
I don't know. Every time I'm at the hospital and watching regular TV, I always see ads for it too. Shin Yu or whatever it's called.
That's cool. Right, check it out.
I'd probably check it out too. Looks pretty awesome, even though it's Chinese propaganda or some shit, supposedly.
Bah.
Yeah, who cares, man? As long as I know what it is, I don't care. Like
I mean, what if they convert you to the cause, man?
oh man, like the bus ride, dude. That's another one of my favorite scenes, man.
Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, so like this happened to me sort of when I was a kid. I used to drive or take the Greyhound every summer back to my little small town. It was like 12 to 15 hours, right? This one time I got stuck next to a hyper religious lady, and I was probably 10 or 12, and for 10 hours she wouldn't stop. And there's nowhere to run. She was just hitting me with the religious rhetoric and how I should live my life, and this is wrong and that's wrong. And like,
so with you having her getting Cliff Burtoned here, that was kind of like what you wanted to happen back when you were a kid.
I think so, yeah. Maybe the bus to crush both of us just to make it stop. It was the longest goddamn bus ride of my life. Holy crap.
Let's see. I'm looking to see. Did you check, Johnny? Were there any more copies of this available on the Birdcage site?
I don't know. I did not check, man, to tell you the truth. I know that like everybody I know has a copy of it, pretty much.
Sweet.
You can find them on eBay. I see there's some available on eBay.
Yeah, there should be some on Microcosm as well, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, if people want to go check this out, it's definitely worth taking the time to try to track it down. Although it might not be the easiest thing to find because it came out. What did we say? Like 3 years ago, the first.
Yeah, something around that, I think.
Yeah,
dude, lie, cheat, and steal to get this book. All right? Like,
did you?
No, I'm telling people.
Okay. People to do that. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Got you. Yeah, but I mean, if you can track it down because you're in the process of doing the second arc now. You sent us issue 5. How many issues are you into the second arc now?
So there's going to be 5 and 6.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do something else for a while because it's a lot. But
yeah,
it's going to be long. The first issue or 5, I forget how long it is. It was like 60 pages.
Okay.
Or 40 and
40 like 40 50 pages. Yeah, around 50 pages, I'd say.
It's like a double issue straight up.
Yeah, and 6 is like 75, 76.
Okay.
So they're just 2 really long ones stuck together.
Cool.
So it's basically going to be just a straight up graphic novel, pretty much, right?
More or less.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know when we're talking, you said you're working out the details for the publishing of it. So did you get all that sorted out?
Yeah, pretty much. I just have to finish the book and then get it spell checked because I don't know how to use commas apparently.
Okay.
With the last time I submitted the book and it with Birdcage and the spell checked it, the spelling was okay. It was just like every page, at least like 3 commas. It's like, wow, I'm an idiot. Awesome.
Yeah. So you're going with Birdcage again?
It'll be with Microcosm.
Microcosm. Okay.
Yeah. So they assisted with distribution with Birdcage.
Okay.
And Birdcage has changed ownership a few times.
Got you.
So they suggested to, like if we can, maybe check out a different publisher or whatever. So I figured, well, they already have my book, so maybe they'd be interested in the follow-up. So we're gonna work that out.
Were the individual issues ever available for volume 1?
Yeah, they were, except for the last one, 4. So the first 3 I just self-published. I did try not to go on too much of a long rant, but I did a bookbinding program. And so I learned a lot about just like making books and making comics, assembling and printing and cutting and blah, blah, blah. And through that, I learned about the cheapest print shop in Montreal. And that was my print shop. They would screw up printing constantly. Every time I'd go in, it'd be like a not a yelling match, but I'd be like, come on, guys, but it was super cheap. But print runs were just like 10 issues. I would save up money from paychecks and do a little print run. I would sell the books for like $7 a piece because the printing was like $5 a piece or something. But yeah, then I moved. COVID hit, wasn't able to put out the fourth one, and we moved out east. We lived in a trailer for a while. I was looking up print shops out here, and it would have worked out to like $20 an issue, which is like I'm not selling. Like I don't want to sell one comic to anybody for like $25. That's just silly.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave up hope and stared off into the ocean and contemplated what the hell I was going to do next. Anyways, this a buddy of mine there, Desmond Reed. Check out his books. He's on with Birdcage as well, and Microcosm now as well. Anyways, he suggested, hey, check out Birdcage. And I was like, sure, what the hell? You know, got nothing to lose at this point. And it ended up working out. So
Cool. Very cool.
but yeah, check out Desmond's books. Desmond Reed.
Desmond Reed. All right.
Birdcage
So,
as well.
Over on Birdcage. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So, like the Kickstarter and like your book being involved in that, like, did you have any say so? Were you excited about that prospect, or like what was your input on that at all?
Yeah, it was definitely interesting at first. So for the Kickstarter, I only ended up doing one reward thing. So I drew a person, one of the backers, as a character from the book, you know.
Okay.
But apart from that, like I wasn't too involved in the Kickstarter as such. But the process afterwards was really cool because previously just publishing on my own, I didn't have much of a reach. And if somebody bought stuff off Etsy and they lived, like I remember selling stuff in Italy.
Okay.
And shipping is really expensive, but it was still like, cool, you know, somebody in Italy bought a book. But after the Kickstarter, I would every so often look up the book online to see where it was, you know, and it was like, holy shit, it's in Ireland, it's in Norway, like, holy crap. It was really cool. I don't know if anybody bought it out there, but just the fact that it's out there was really cool.
Yeah. It's almost like the traveling pants of the Sisterhood or something, but in comic form.
I haven't seen that or read that.
It's a movie where girls, I don't know. I don't know if it's they share a pair of jeans and it travels around the world because it would depend on which girl has the jeans. So like your comic just, you know, making its way around the world, you know.
All right. I'll have to look that up to understand the reference. But yeah, that was really cool. I mean, I got like I'm putting reader art in but there was some in the last one, the new one as well too. But some of it came just there's somebody from France that sent me stuff just out of the blue, and it's so cool getting that. Like when I was a kid, I used to read Wizard magazine, and I would draw on envelopes. I would never mail anything in because I never thought it was good enough, you know. But I just to get that stuff back is so cool, you know.
We have a question in the
Oh, sorry.
Do you watch anime? How many animes have you watched, and do you like Attack on Titan?
Oh, is that what AOT is?
Yeah.
I started watching Attack on Titan. I think I was on season 2. I do watch some anime. I mean, when I was younger, I watched a lot more, and I'm more stuck to maybe the 80s and 90s anime, like Pat Labor and Akira and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Attack on Titan seemed pretty gnarly. I have trouble. Like all I do is I have my day job, and then I work on comics, and then you know hang out with the missus and the dog. So if I'm watching TV, I'm typically working on stuff. So I don't. It's hard to do subtitles and working. I've done it before, but it's like I'm gonna give myself a stroke doing it. But yeah, down with the anime for sure.
Or you know, like you say, if you're working on stuff, sometimes it's good to put on something you're familiar with as well.
Yeah,
you know, just rewatch like you said, Akira. Just slap on Akira.
That's
put that
it.
on in the background and
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, maybe I tend to overthink shit, but I'm in work mode. I try not to watch new things too.
so it
Yeah.
doesn't influence your work.
Oh,
That's
so
it.
you stop and pay attention to it too, right? Like
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
my problems. Yeah.
yeah.
Distract you. Mm.
Yeah, so I've seen Game of Thrones like 20 times because it's
Okay.
long, and I could hardly pay attention and
Mm.
let it play.
Yeah. So what? Okay, your small town influenced the story in this. What else have you like? Would you say is a major influence on your work here for Everything Is Super?
I mean, a lot. I don't like consider myself a writer as such. It
Mhm.
feels like a self-aggrandizing label too.
Mhm.
Just some goofball that makes stuff. So the Hugh character speaks all in caps. There's one character. There's somebody that my when I lived in Montreal, we had a roommate who's a buddy of mine, and I don't know, she was like a mutual friend, but there was a girl that kept coming to our house, and I would just hide in my room, like I'm not the most social guy in the world.
Okay. Yeah.
And she would speak in all caps, like it was the verbal version of that, and it was just out of pocket things followed by more out of pocket things, just like shouting, do you like reggae? Homeless people are icky. I'm the most open-minded person I know. It drove both of us nuts. And we, she would leave, we would leave our rooms, and we'd be like, why is she here? Oh my God. Like, super, super nice, but just bizarre behavior, right?
Yeah. So okay, so yeah, I see. Yeah, that's the inventor kid.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the kid's charming. He's not a bad dude or nothing. He's just kind of
No,
annoying.
definitely has a much more funner role in book 5.
I liked this a story arc in book 1, man.
Yeah,
Like
it was good. Yeah.
this crack pipe, glass pipe, fucking dad. Yeah, I thought that storyline was a little sad, but like super funny because like I know hella dudes that were like his dad. Like I knew this kid in high school, Apollo, who like one of my other friends like legitimately sold his dad meth. So I was just
Oh
like,
my God.
Mm.
Wow. Shit just got dark here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm flipping through the book now because my memory's not great.
Well,
the piss.
yeah.
Oh, the peeing in the fridge thing. Somebody did sleepwalk piss in my fridge once.
One of my exes, her brother used to sleepwalk, and the old Nintendos with the little lid.
Yeah.
Opened
Oh
up the
no.
lid and pissed inside his Nintendo.
What? Oh my God.
His parents are sitting in the living room and he gets up because they're used to it, right? Sleepwalking. he walks past the TV in front of him. They're like, oh, he's sleepwalking again. And all of a sudden, he opens the lid, they start screaming to try to wake him up. He starts trying to piss inside his Nintendo.
Wow.
Yeah.
In his own Nintendo too, huh? That's
Yeah. I have a friend that sleep eats. So he has to like put child locks on the cupboards at night when he goes to bed so he doesn't eat shit in the middle of the night. Yeah. There's people that have like sleep disorders like that it can get pretty wild.
It's creepy too, talking to somebody while they're asleep and their eyes open and they're looking at you. It's just it's like engaging with like a feral raccoon or something. Just this primal look in their eyes, like they're gonna eat your face,
Another story. One of my friend's sisters married this guy who has he sleepwalks, and I guess one time he was sleepwalking and it was early in the morning. This woman's walking by the house and they had a bay window, and I guess he was naked standing in the bay window waving to her as she's walking by. And then the neighbor like, your husband was, and she's like, oh, he must have been sleepwalking again. Yeah. You get some pretty wild stories from people that sleepwalk and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also the Johnny was asking me. He's like, "Dude, have you ever found a blow up doll?" And as you can see in the background there, I have a Dory in the background here as well. And what's his name? The
Tony, right?
Tony. Is it Tony that finds it and he keeps
Oh
it?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, Tony was the guy that originally had it. The old.
Yeah, the old man who gets rid of Dory to try to win Lori back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
the guy with the glasses name again? Toby? No.
Oh, Kevin.
Is it Kevin? Kevin. That's it.
Yeah.
Kevin. That's yeah. And he finds it down in the sewers there, and he's like, yeah. He starts dragging it around with him. That's the X-ray vision perverted kid.
Yeah.
It's pretty refined humor.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. Oh, that's a good twist too. His powers take a kind of change there. He can see, but
Oh yeah,
quite the same in issue 5. Yeah.
Yeah. And that carries on to 6 too.
Yeah.
So
that's
5's like the setup, and 6 more is more punchlines, right? So 5 on its own is kind of like light chuckle, maybe.
good.
I don't know.
Oh, there's definitely. Yeah.
It's hard to be objective. Like I've been staring at this for a very long time.
I love the face you drew. Oh wait, that's pretty sure I have the face where after he sees his future. And where is it?
Oh yeah, when he wears the helmet.
I guess I didn't clip it, but like the face that you drew on him, I'm just like with him contemplating, like, am I really gonna be that lame? Like I loved like the detail that you kind of put in, man. Like yeah, no, you're quite a fun artist, man. Like I really enjoy your details. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And in book 5, when he goes into the future, the dude with the mustache and the glasses, is that based off someone you know?
No, not
okay.
especially. No, it's just like I worked in an office when I lived in Montreal for.
Because there's a lot of close-ups on him, so I was like, maybe this is something like super personal. Someone he knows that he's like, fuck you, man. I'm gonna put you in this comic.
No. I mean, most of the stuff. Maybe this will get released when I'm dead, so I don't have to deal with it like 50 years from now. But I take photo references, right? And they're all pretty embarrassing to look at. So maybe the guy looks like me a bit. I don't know.
Okay.
I think he kind of looks like Howie Mandel or something from the 80s.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I just working in an office in Montreal. I just dreaded taking the elevators. They're always packed and it's uncomfortable. And the elevator banter just made me want to smash my head through a window. You know.
Was Hugh's dad based on the singer from Styx?
I don't know what he looks like. I have to look that up. Styx.
He kind of looked like Hugh's dad, pretty much. He had like that blonde squire hat, haircut, and like a mustache.
I'm looking that up now. I mean, it wasn't, but somebody sent me a guy on Instagram who looks exactly like the guy, and they asked me if it was based on that guy. And I wish I could remember his name. He's like a recent oddball making music or something. Older guy with weird like Ramones hair. Anyways, it was a weird, uncanny, like, holy shit, it looks like that guy.
The squirrel scene from the first volume.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. What when it turns into that creature, right? Because it's the same squirrel all the way through, right? When he tumbles down the hill into the waste, the sewage waste and all that.
He's just some dude that can turn into squirrels.
Yeah, and then he turns into like almost a weird, what would you call that, Johnny? Like, I don't know, it's like a mutated squirrel.
It reminds me of like the teddy bear kind of that was chasing him around in Akira, but like, I would say that like he's nightmare fuel, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the teddy bear from that Bjork video.
With the buggy eyes and shit.
Yeah.
I think the idea, it was he can turn into squirrel or squirrel related things,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And like a purple squirrel, it's a term I think in recruitment for like a candidate that like a perfect candidate, like something
Okay.
that doesn't exist. So he's just like a out of control, unpredictable
Mhm.
purple squirrel guy. I guess this is from like when I was younger, living on the wrong side of the tracks, like hanging out under bridges with drinking 40s with the home bums. they would turn on you on a dime, right? When you're a kid, you're like, it scares the shit out of you. So I think that maybe was the idea of it.
Yeah, when he breaks the bottle and goes stabby bum on the kids.
Yeah, because I mean, I've experienced like similar-ish things where like dude's nice 1 minute and just on a dime he turns and you're like scared for your life.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Okay. Yeah. It's because he sees him with Dory, right?
Yeah.
So then he goes crazy.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like, but he gave up on Lori pretty quick there, right? He was like, I'm gonna get rid of Dory and try to get back with Lori, and then
Yeah,
sees Dory and he's right back after Dory.
that's it. He's just a fickle shithead. That's
Yep.
the whole thing, right?
The baby character is funny as hell too. I love that.
Thanks.
The little mean bastard.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know.
Oh man, I thought you were making fun of the little elementary school kids that like hang out in front of convenience stores, like trying to act like the older kids that hang out in front of convenience stores, but are douchier.
No, sometimes I just get ideas. I don't know where they come from. Some random shit in here. Okay, the guy smashing the toaster. Flipping through it here. Yeah, when I was in Montreal, I was walking home from work one day, and there's a guy in track pants just smashing the hell of it out of a toaster. No shirt on. And I just stood there at the intersection, just watching him in his driveway, just screaming and smashing a toaster. And it was like, this is beautiful. I don't know what the hell's going on. I hope he's okay, but he fucking hates that toaster.
Yeah.
Which I can relate to, like me in inanimate objects, like technology. It's just I understand the rage.
Yeah.
I hate machines too. I don't know if that's what his deal was. He's having a bad day, but he was laying into it for a good 10 minutes. It's pretty good.
What part of Montreal did you live in?
All over the place. Plateau, Little Italy
Plateau?
for a bit.
Okay, yeah, I did the Plateau for 1 year and I got the fuck out.
Oh yeah, you don't like it?
It's expensive and it was a dump. The
Oh,
place
wait,
we were in, it was fucking slumlord galore.
Yeah, I had some of those too. I had one apartment, which now in hindsight, with everything, the cost of living, everything, it was like $500 between two of us. Now, mind you, we didn't have heating, and our washroom door was a flag.
Oh shit! Okay.
So if somebody walked by while you're taking a dump, you had to whistle.
To warn them.
Yeah, and you'd have these awkward moments, like my roommate would have a girl over for dinner.
Oh man,
you feel horrible. You're sitting on the can. The washroom's right there, maybe 10 feet away. You can hear the forks quietly scraping plates, and you're trying to be very quiet, but very cheap rent at the time. Very cold in the winter, but yeah. But yeah,
see, before I moved back to the country, I lived more north, near Jean Talon Market.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Before I moved out of the city, I had an apartment there. It was super cheap. It was probably the best place I live, considering like the price. And I was right by the market, so every day after work, I'd just stop at the market, grab whatever for supper, just fresh vegetables, and pick up some meat. And
nice. That's a nice
pretty
spot.
good. Yeah, it's changed a lot. I've been back recently, and it's not the same at all.
I don't know.
Like, the city's changed so much in the last 15 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't. I went back in the fall last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that much, but I lived there roughly 5 years ago, so
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
still construction everywhere. It's still like, wow,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. 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 I went back to the old. I drove by all the places I lived, and half of them I couldn't even. If I didn't remember the name of the street, I would have never been able to find it again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's I can't remember street names once I leave a place.
Yeah. Johnny.
Yeah, man.
So, did you have well, okay. The one thing about that the character that speaks in capitals,
Yeah.
the inventor. What why did you come up with that character? Like I know you said it was the girl that talked said off color things, but the invention part of it, like, was that anything specific that made you create that? Because I think it's great. It's fun because he's always coming up with these wacky, like, and it's definitely plays a big role in issue 5, right?
Yeah, I think it's just primarily for like plot devices, I guess.
Plot devices, yeah.
Yeah, so he just builds things, and
always the pose.
The other guys can break the things he builds and crushes.
Yeah, when he goes back and sees his future and freaks out. And I love always does the stupid what is it? The
dabbing.
Yeah. That always made me laugh.
I liked Robo Daddio a lot in issue 5. Like, he was great in volume 1, but like,
oops, yeah, it's a hot water tank.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like that kid's kind of a tragic character too. I guess they're all kind of,
he's considerably younger than them, right?
I guess. I mean, I don't really assign ages to them. I kind of think of it like in Simpsons terms, right? Where they just exist as such, right? They're perpetually as they are, just like a still snapshot. Like they're just stuck, never evolving, growing.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird characters, right? You have the dog eating lady. I don't know if that was inspired by all the dead cats.
That was inspired by something pretty specific. I was actually, I don't think I'll get into it, but I was just because I was telling I was talking to a friend of mine who's out in New Zealand, Spencer Hall. He does really cool zines and comics and animation. Check out his work. Anyways, we were talking about that part because some plot points kind of get dropped, right? Because I did elaborate on that, and it's all penciled. When I finished it, I was like, yeah. It got a little too sideways, right? And I'm trying to ride this. It's not like watershed, but I'm trying to like limit profanity to an extent. Like, I want the book to still be obscene, but not straight up just profane, right? And that went way too far. Anyways, I was telling my friend Spencer about the lost story and why it wasn't in there, and he was like, "Yeah, it's probably good that it wasn't." So
you can always do it as a perk, like let's say after you finish those 2 issues, and if you do a collected edition, you could always throw it in there as like a selling point.
I was gonna ask, like, because Lloyd was seeing in his dreams the other lorries, and I was wondering if maybe some of them escaped and were at the old lady's house, or is that just a convenient dream that he had?
That would have been interesting. I should have done that. No, it comes back in issue 6, so I'm not gonna like ruin it.
Okay.
There's more of them in issue 6 there. But
he was connected by the get well soon balloon. I love the way you kind of tie those things in from like one issue, and it's like a big part of the next issue. Like, but the get well soon balloon was really cool.
I think like a lot of it's open to interpretation. There isn't anything that profound in here, I don't think, but there's stuff in issue 6 that it's like, is he just insane, or like that little flashback scene where he's riding the escalator? Is it just his imagination, or is he seeing things? I don't know.
Mhm.
Debatable, right?
Yeah. And is Dookie gonna make a return in issue 6? I really like that other group of misfits you kind of introduced there in issue 4.
Yeah, they're in there. They're briefly in there. The baby isn't, but the other ones are. Yeah.
The 2 lazy laser eyes, man. That's some funny shit, dude.
Yep, she's in there too. Yeah.
And when she takes her bandage off and
It's all crooked.
that shit's funny. Yeah.
It's you laugh. But my God, growing up, my cousin had a lazy eye, so he had to wear one of those patches as a kid. And I remember he's they always tell this story. My aunt tells this story because I don't know if I should say it online. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No one knows who he is because he's well hung as well as a little baby. And he used to wear a patch, and they ordered pizza one time and they had a bay window. See, I grew up in a time when there was a lot of bay windows in houses. And I guess he was standing pigeon-toed with his head leaning on the glass with the patch. A little baby that was like well hung, like hung probably better than most men. The pizza delivery guy was like, what the fuck? Sitting pigeon-toed in the bay window with his head leaning on the glass with the patch on his eye. Every time they tell that story, it doesn't get old. I laugh every time.
It sounds like Joe grew up in Victory Creek, man.
yeah. A lot of these stories do kind of make me think of the town I grew up in, for sure.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Dean probably read this, and a lot of this. Dean comes from a small town as well, so.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's probably working. I'm surprised he's not in the chats, because usually he was looking. He'll probably catch it on the replay, but I know he was looking forward to us talking to you.
Well, tell him I say hi.
So this, like I said, this book, Johnny did hit it on the head. Like a lot of these little quirkiness and the stories definitely make me think of like when I was growing up. Just, when you live in a small town, there's not much to do. You get into like these weird scenarios just to try to find something to do.
Dude, I grew up in a medium-sized city, a pretty good-sized city in California, Modesto, and like a lot of this shit reminded me of back home, man. Especially the guy beating up the toaster. I remember riding the bus, the municipal bus around town, because that's how I got around as a kid. I would see like weird guys just doing weird shit on the side of the road. You know what I mean? And you laugh about it. You get to where you're going, you tell your friends about it and shit.
It's cool seeing that stuff with like zero context too, because it seems so alien. Like, it boggles, or it pricks your curiosity. Like, what led to this turn of, why are they behaving this way, right?
And I think your art style is like, it's perfect for this type of story as well, right?
Thanks.
I mean, it just elevates the story. It elevates like the weirdness, the awkwardness, sometimes it even may be a little uncomfortable when you're reading it, like certain scenarios.
It's got a great timelessness. It's got a great timelessness to it too. Like you can look at it and like it will look like it make you feel a little nostalgic, but it could take place nowadays because people still be wearing the pastel polo shirts. So
it's true, I suppose.
For sure.
I'm glad you dig it. There was so I did the first issue like eight times, and each time looked a little different. Like I tried first to draw like Jack Kirby, which I can't do.
Okay. Yeah.
And I lost a lot of versions to like hard drives dying. I tried to paint one with gouache, which took forever. forever. So I decided against that. But then I decided, why don't you just draw the way you normally do, you big dummy? So
Mhm.
that's what I
It's
did.
perfect. Definitely. Yeah. So you do traditional, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just usually just look at a thing and draw it. Like
Okay.
I like drawing with a pen, freehand if I can. With this, I'll do pencils or
Yeah, because you have a little page in the back there. where
yeah.
you,
So
you do a few like little just process pages there.
yeah, like sometimes I'll freehand stuff, but it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
So
because
well,
you
I'm
always
not
have white out, right? But
yeah, and I'm not that good honestly too. So,
Oh,
so
come
yeah,
on, man. You're
so
awesome.
the pinups in the back of the trade is that just fan art? Is it people you knew, like fellow artists that you know you're friends with that decide to make a few
some
pinups
of
for
them are
you? Or
some of them are friends. Like I'm looking at the book now. So Pascala, no, she's a friend from way back. She does she's an awesome painter and she does lettering for storefronts and that sort of thing. So calligraphy, which is really cool.
Okay.
Keenan's a good buddy. We used to do when I lived in Montreal, we used to do just cons together. We tabled together. He owns a book binding shop in Montreal, which
Okay,
is really cool.
cool.
Next, As Dead. He's an old buddy from when I was younger, graffiti artist.
Okay,
Cool dude. Nedzim,
cool.
guy I used to table with too, good buddy. And also I think it was Nedzim too. Thinking with the title changing too. I was sitting at the table with the guys and he was like, "So are you done the next issue of Everything Stupid?" It dawned on me like, holy shit, even my friends can't read this and don't know what this is called. Like maybe I should like
Everything stupid.
I was like, I don't know if this is funny anymore. Next, Tim Burton. I met through books. I drew a thing for his book, Misery Miss Moffat. I'm sorry, Tim, if you're listening and if I fucked up the name, but he's really cool. Look him up on Instagram.
Yep.
And next after that, it's Desmond
Yeah.
Reed, who's
Yeah.
the label homie. What
Yeah.
up, Desmond?
Yeah.
And Nick Cagnetti, I met I think just through Instagram. I just really liked his work.
Yeah. He did Pink Lemonade.
Yeah,
Yeah, he worked with Zach as well on Comics Book Case. He did one of the anthology stories in there.
Yeah, it seems I could see him doing really well. Wish him all the best. I like his work. I did a pinup for his book as well, so we just traded pinups.
The Pink Lemonade one or his other one?
I did a Pink Lemonade one.
Pink Lemonade.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun too, like the trade pinups. Like I'll draw a thing for your book, draw a thing for my book, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, cool.
Yeah, yeah, all good dudes. Check out the works.
Mm-hmm.
Hit like and subscribe. That's me talking to the mic really close. I'm not used to this mic. You guys hear me breathing into it if I talk like this?
Now, yeah, you're perfect.
Like and subscribe. Please check out our sponsor, Gillette. Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman.
Speaking of promoting, do you know when the next issue will be out? Do you have a time in mind, like a release date in mind?
I don't. I'm just trying to get it done. Like I'm really hoping to get it done summer. It's hard with work. Like I get off work and maybe work on stuff for an hour or two. The closer you get to the end, the harder it gets too. So it's slowing down a little bit, but I'm almost done. But as a friend mentioned to me recently, you've been almost done for a very long time now. So
yeah, because we talked 2 years, not this past summer, the summer, like 2 summers ago, and I was like, oh, you're like, yeah. You're working on details with the publisher. Then you're trying to iron that stuff out. And then I went back and I checked. I was like, holy shit, it's been 1.5 years since the last time we talked about the book. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
time flies.
I'm a little slow in like OCD. I used to like my friends are in Montreal when we used to table together. Sometimes they'd come to my apartment and be like, they would see the cover like 5 times pasted on my wall, and I'd be redoing it again. They'd be like, "There's nothing wrong with that. Use it. You're being an idiot."
Yeah.
And I don't have that anymore, so sometimes I'll like, "No, it's gotta be this way," but it doesn't. I don't have to do that necessarily, but yeah, I'm trying not to OCD it too much. But yeah, very close. 76 pages. It's the 6th issue. I think there's like 1 or 2 pages that don't have anything on them yet.
Okay.
Like in my folder, everything else has, at least a couple panels done or full pages. It's pretty darn close.
Cool.
Yeah, it's getting there.
So you'll finish the book in the summer, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then once you're actually done, how long do you think it'll take for the publisher to like print and get it out?
It depends what their schedule is. It might be 6 months to a year.
Okay.
Depending on what their schedule is. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
So looking at 2026 then. Most likely.
Yeah, that seems more likely. Like maybe fall 2026. Something like that.
Cool.
I can send you guys issue 6 when it's presentable if you want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love watching the process. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we said, man, go out and find this because it's a hell of a fun read. And Microcosm, maybe you could find it there, or go to Birdcage Bottom Books, maybe find it there. But I know I saw a few copies on eBay. You can go on eBay and find it on eBay as well. So go find Everything is Super. I don't know if you guys can make it out, but I prefer this title actually.
Yeah,
Johnny and I were having a long talk, and we like the original title.
Like I keep going back and forth. Like I don't know. Like I thought about this idea of making it more and more legible, so that maybe the final issue someday is just in Comic Sans,
I mean, for sure, you have to work at it. I mean, people aren't going to look at it and write off like, oh, it says that. But I mean, just look at the spine for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to like death metal and grindcore and shit like that, so it's pretty easy for me. That's a very legible logo. You know what I mean? Like, there's some bands where like I know the name of the band, but I can't see where it's spelt in their logo.
And the new one, I mean, it's
fine. It's nice. Like a hardcore band. Yeah.
It's just, now you're like, okay, fuckers, you're lazy. You just don't want to figure it out. So here you go. I'll hold you by the hand. This is the hold you by the hand logo. Maybe and the other one, you actually have to work at it a little bit.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings. I like having to work at it a little. I like that idea too. And now that you pointed out, because I'm looking at the logo on the screen, the straight edge thing, like, oh dear God. Not that there's anything wrong with straight edge.
It's gonna take.
Oh no, I don't want to like it to be misinterpreted. Like, oh, somebody picks it up. Oh, cool, a straight edge book, and then they read it and they're like, I'm gonna murder this man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is a few characters that. I mean, a straight edge book doesn't mean like if you make the characters that are abusing substance like depressing and stuff. Isn't that a good message for a straight edge book? Right? It deters people from abusing substances.
Okay, I mean, here we go, Joe. We're rebranding. It's a straight edge book now. that'll be the niche market.
What do you want it to be? Tell me that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Buy 5 copies. Give it to your friends.
I like that idea. Like you make something, it stops being yours, and people make what it is. But
well, that's what it is. Once you put it out, right? It's anyone can pick this up and interpret it any way they want now, right? So
yeah, which is really cool. Like
it can be fun and annoying all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, my interactions have been pretty good so far. Yeah. Just the title thing, some people really don't like, which is okay. They don't have to. I have mixed feelings on it too.
Well, there's another book. Remember, Johnny, we were talking about Orc Island or Ogre Island? Yeah, that bad idea book. Yeah. that is the same idea. It has like this metal
Oh,
tile type
Oh, yeah.
font,
they tried
Yeah.
to do it more black metal.
black metal. Yeah,
Look at
yeah, it's thinner, much thinner lines. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
it
got
was cool. I was able to read it. I mean, I wasn't able to get it right away, but I mean, once you see it though,
I
then it's-
got Orc right away, but like I didn't think like the book would be named something as generic as Orc Island.
yeah,
Which I mean, I love Joshua Dysart, so I'm not trying to talk shit, but like that is
Yeah.
kind of like you guys
Yeah.
could have spent like 2 more seconds on that title.
but I mean,
Ooh.
isn't that a good thing? It creates dialogue and conversation, right? For people are like, you know, then it
Yeah.
forces people. They're like, go tell me what this says. It becomes a challenge, right? People challenge each other
Well,
to.
It
know?
makes it so like you take the term everything is super and you look at it in this grindcore logo and you automatically know that they're not just being snarky, that this book's probably going to be the absolute opposite of what it's saying. So I mean, I think that it's pretty good marketing, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, the idea of it too. I think what's his name, Miyazaki, the guy who made Dark Souls, right? And I related to it because English is my second language. When I was a kid, I'd watch TV, and I didn't know what the hell I was watching. And you have to put the pieces together in your brain. You make up your own narrative, and that. So, anyways, Miyazaki was talking about being a kid and looking through books like comics, etc., and piecing narratives together, and that's how he built the Dark Souls narratives. If you play those games, the narrative is so vague that you either got to really like look up wikis or you just kind of piece it together in your brain, which I kind of like. It invites you to participate, you know, like I kind of.
So English is your second language.
Yeah,
What's your mother tongue?
I'm French.
Oh, French, really?
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah, French straight edge guy over here.
Uh,
French straight edge books.
So you don't have an accent at all.
No, I used to.
Yeah.
So should I call you Capitan then, huh?
That could, yeah, that.
Mon Capitan.
I was gonna guess Polish was your mother tongue because it from the type of book and the humor, I like get a Polish feeling, you know, like
That's because it's kind of like Adrian's work, man. It reminds you of
Yeah.
and he's the
Yeah.
slob.
But I dated a Polish girl too, you know, so I was like, yeah, back in the old country, you know, where it's poor and like.
I mean, we French are known for our refined humor, you know.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I don't know. I like that idea of like participation. So the title being illegible, like it's either like people on Reddit there that one time, like I mentioned earlier, people were debating that it's too gatekeepy, and that's a whole other discourse too.
What? Why? Because people can't read it?
Yeah. And it's like, you know, it's more like an invitation to like,
What if
what
you
is
did it in
this?
graffiti? What if you had somebody just drop a sick ass piece, but it's still unreadable because it's graffiti?
Yeah, have what's his name? What's his name? Take a stab at it. Your friend there. Have as dead take a stab at it.
I could ask him.
Yeah. Be like, yo, people are riding my ass about this fucking this fucking title.
I mean, they aren't really like, it's not, I don't know, but it is a thing that is brought up more than anything.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I just was wondering if like people even notice that, like if they're saying it's gatekeeping because like it's in the metal font, but like if you did it in graffiti, would it they feel the same way because like graffiti's just as illegible?
yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure if they would make that same connection or conclusion.
But
Like
I don't understand why would they say gatekeepy though?
I think maybe they think that just the metal logos are gatekeepies, so by extension, the book is
Okay.
gatekeepy. I don't know. It's also like it's a thing. Like if you don't like the title, you probably won't like the book. If the font bugs you,
Yeah.
like the book will probably bug you too. So
If something that like inane bugs you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not like trying
know?
to be a dick, but maybe that won't be the case. But it's in my mind, it was association is kind of made.
You know what? When I saw this, like, because right when you see it listed for pre-order, that kind of that title grabbed my attention right away. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" You know?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
don't want it to look like every other fucking book on the shelf, every other font that maybe a million people have used for a title on their book. You know, it's like,
yeah.
I don't know, it stands out for me. Like that definitely grabbed my attention.
I don't see it with like a regular font with just
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
don't
it.
see it.
And
I don't know.
you dumped it down quite a bit for them, like with the new one. Like for anyone that
Yeah.
says it was gatekeepy, now this is like hooked on phonics, right?
Yeah,
Like
do it in Toys R Us letters.
That'd be fun too.
yeah. See,
Well,
like
maybe.
yeah. Look, it makes people curious for sure. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we've been talking about it for the last 15 minutes. So you know,
That's a good point.
yeah. I don't know. I if you had to put a poll up, I'd vote for the original.
Huh.
Myself,
Okay.
personally. Like
Well,
I don't know if it's the publisher that's telling, like, your editors, that the people that kind of, you know, help you finalize the book that are telling you this, but they probably know better than I would, because you know they see the numbers and they know what sells more or less, or you know. But
whatever it comes out being, man, I'm still excited for book 2.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like you can like
Well, thank you.
literally do it with the Toys R Us lettering.
because really the most important thing is what's inside, right? So
I mean, I'm torn between either going even, fully legible Toys R Us or swinging the other way, where it's just a series of lines and scratches.
you know what? Fuck it. Just don't even put a title.
Yeah.
Fucking just put a drawing on it. Don't even write nothing on it at all. Don't put anything on the back. Just put a big birdcage logo on the front.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I had an idea for a comic book cover where the cover, it would just be the title and the cover is just blurred, like it's an image, but you Photoshop it and blur it. It's completely unrecognizable. It's just title and then blur. Not necessarily with this book, but I thought it'd be an interesting idea. I don't know.
And often how books in the day, you turn it and that first page you have it, then it's not blurred, right? So you line it up so it's perfectly lined up. So blurred, not blurred. Blurred, not blurred. Yeah.
I don't know if that is a thing anymore. Like I don't get out much, but the old like the glossy covers that we used to get when we were kids, or like the foil hologram covers. Is that still a thing?
Oh, they've made a comeback.
Oh yeah,
right now.
Speculator market, yeah.
Cool.
But I think
that's what I was gonna say. When your friend came in and was bugging you about redoing the cover, you should have been like, "Yeah, that's the A cover. I'm doing the variant, the ratio variant now." Yeah.
Oh no, but they were all essentially the same. they looked identical. There was just like a little thing that bugged me, so I redid it. Like it was OCD. It was a little bit.
But a nice touch is because you have the soft touch finish on this.
I love the feel of the book. Yeah,
I like that
grippy
finish
feel
too.
to it.
What we have a buddy EPHK. He loves the soft touch, right? And what he does spot gloss for the title.
Cool.
Yeah, and it gives a nice, because you get that nice flat, then the title has that nice gloss finish, so it gives a really nice effect.
Yeah.
He's big on that.
I like Johnny's idea with the variants. This could be like the OCD variants, where they all essentially look the same except for that one little
little thing.
Yeah, and people are like, "What do you mean? These are all the same." And you're like, "No, just look. Just get a magnifying glass. Do you see it? The tiny little fucking speck in the background. Oh my god."
Yeah. Because how long did it take you to design this title?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like different variants of it. Probably an afternoon, honestly. Not that long.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I don't
go
don't
ahead.
know if I don't know if I like it even. It's one of those things like it's hard to be objective of your own stuff because you stare at it all the time. But it's nice. I appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, I vote original for sure, but
Okay.
then I'd vote for just nothing.
Okay. So we're gonna
No
do
title.
Make it harder to read. Like,
yeah.
Even worse, you know.
Get the straight edge version. We'll get the variants, the OCD variants, and then the Toys R Us lettering one too. That could be interesting variants, right? Like
yeah,
you send them the final book. You're like
slight
scrapped-
differences in different logos.
you scrapped all the pages. It's just the logo repeated with different 70 pages of just the different variations on the logo.
oh god. Yeah, get all meta with it.
Yeah. Cool. So probably early 2026, right? Or mid 2026.
Probably. Working on
Probably.
it.
Yeah.
Almost done.
Well, you have issue 5's done.
Yeah, at least
We
that's
have
done.
proof of that because you sent it to us. So yeah.
And also, special note too, if anybody sees issue 5 listed anywhere, like that doesn't exist. So if don't try to pre-order issue 5. Okay.
Okay. Why you see that's happened?
Yeah, I've seen it listed places.
Okay.
It's complicated publisher stuff, but yeah, it got listed and then stuff changed.
Okay.
It doesn't exist. It's being released as a big volume, whatever. But if you see a listing for that blue cover with the telephone poles, yeah,
With
don't
the shoes.
yeah, don't pre-order that book because that listing.
Okay, so when it's done, 5 and 6 are going to release together in one volume.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love this cover, man. Like I would like hang a poster of that in my room.
Thanks. But yeah. That if you see that cover out in the wilds, pre-order this. Don't pre-order that. Yeah.
Cool. Like you said, you hadn't before we came on. You haven't been to a con in a while. Do you plan on doing any shows or anything in the future coming up, or
not for a minute? Probably not till the second book's done.
till the second volume comes out.
Yeah, I'm out of books to sell too.
Okay.
So I can't. It'd be a pretty empty table.
Yeah.
Just be sitting there staring at people, and they'd be like, "Why are you here?"
just trying to get material for the new book, man.
Yeah.
Just sitting there
I'll
drinking beers.
I'll just put a sign up. We'll dance for bananas, and I'll just stand there, and it's my hat on the ground, and yeah. But no, hopefully, no. I'm looking forward to it. They're stressful and overwhelming, but super fun to do too.
Yeah. What was that? I saw you post something. You worked on a short story, I think. Was it last year? Something came out, and I saw you worked on. I can't remember what it's called now. I forgot to go through your socials to go back and find that post.
Oh, it would have been with Dan there. Yeah, he put out an anthology book. Oh, geez, I forgot what it's called now. Sorry, Dan, if you're listening.
Yeah, my bad too. I forgot to go back and check what it was. And I want to ask you about that, but the day got away from me, and I forgot to go back and check what the name was of that.
Oh, it's all good. There's also I did work on a film. So the Super Exciting Gang. If you look that up, I'm not sure if there's a trailer available online, but it's about comics. Well, it's about more than comics, but comics are a part of it. And I did the comic book art. So the actor that is a comic book artist, he's got my artwork on his walls in the scenes and that. Super
what was
exciting.
it called again?
Super Exciting Gang.
Super Exciting Gang. Okay.
I think let me just look it up. It's by Ricardo Lorenzo. Super Exciting Gang. Gang. Yeah, super exciting gang. It's a short.
Where can people watch it?
That's it. I'd have to ask Ricardo, because he sent me the file for the film. It was actually really cool. Like I dug it.
Yeah, the poster's cool.
I don't know where you would watch it. Sorry, I don't. Like, I just have the file.
It's like a collage, the poster. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I didn't do the poster. I did the. There was. I don't know if I'll. Maybe I should put it up on Instagram or something, because I did a comic book for it.
Okay, like a mini comic just for the movie.
Yeah, it doesn't really have like a sense of plot's kind of nonsensical, but it's still a comic. But that's something to check out. So I don't know if folks can find that on YouTube or where the kids watch the movies these days.
He probably got it on a Vimeo. Like that's what like a lot of indie film, because like I think you can get paid for it on there.
Yeah,
better. Like if you're an indie filmmaker.
Okay.
That'd be my guess. Like if it's not on YouTube, I'd definitely check Vimeo.
Vimeo, I'm gonna look that up too. Yeah, sorry, I don't really know. But anyways, it's cool to check out.
Yeah.
There's a teaser on Vimeo.
There you go. So there must be like a pay whatever, and you can download the full short.
Must be. I should ask Ricardo. But anyways, yeah, I do odd gigs here and there. I'm trying not to do too many of them right now.
To get the book done.
Yeah, working full time and doing a book, so I'm trying not to get distracted by anything. But yeah,
awesome.
Earlier you said after you finish issue 6, you're going to work on something else. Do you have any idea what that might be? Any hints you might be able to throw our way?
Sure. I mean, I might switch hats altogether. Like I have ideas for music stuff. Nothing, just like basement demos or whatever. Short stories too. I'm trying to get out of drawing, 200-page things in one chunk, because that's a lot. So I was thinking about doing a book of short stories. Maybe a book at some point down the road too. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to switch hats. I'd like to come back to this series at some point down the road, but it's just been a long stretch. And yeah. I kind of want to put a flamethrower to it. even though like it's still near and dear to my heart. I've been looking at it for a very long time. So,
well, you started before the pandemic, right? So,
yeah. Well, this one, I started writing it when we were in the trailer when we moved here. I just started writing the script there. Oh, there's my buddy Spencer there in New Zealand. There, we were talking about maybe doing like some kind of animated thing with this book.
Okay.
I thought it'd be fun to do like a pilot or something.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would probably be my favorite way to see it. Like, it would be neat to see it adapted, but I would most likely like to see it adapted as an animated thing and try to keep it as close to the art style as possible.
That'd be hard with the.
Yeah.
I do away with the cross hatching and all that, but like I was picturing it looking like the old Spider-Man cartoon from the 60s.
Okay, yeah.
They're all very stiff.
Awesome.
I find that charming, and it seems also like easier to do, right? I'm looking to make something that won't take me 5 years for like a 5-minute pilot.
Yeah. I was just Johnny, when we're talking about the movies, that kind of what this book made us think of Fried Berry a little bit as well.
Fried Berry.
Yeah.
It's this weird South African movie about like this junkie that gets abducted by aliens, and like it's kind of like E.T. Like an alien comes back as him, and like it's this weird, crazy night where all kinds of shit happens. It's a very
Oh.
fun movie. I think you would enjoy it. It's really just a blast. It's kind of like a Prodigy video, but better.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's a cool movie. It's maybe a little more weird than your book, like because it's got more sci-fi elements to it, I think. But
Okay.
yeah, but it all takes place like in the suburban areas. So I mean, yeah,
Oh, check it out. Fried berry.
yeah.
There's also
Right?
wanted
Yeah.
to I think the thing that I've got that's the most finished-ish, because I moving out here, we're around a lot more kids. I got a lot of nieces and stuff.
Okay.
And, I've actually done when I did decaf here. My nieces tabled with me, and I
Okay.
feel they're roughly 12, 13, and I'm like, don't read the book, don't look at you know what I mean? So I've been working on something that's more like general audiences in all ages.
Okay.
Still weird in that, but not people peeing in fridges, etc. So I've got something that's fairly fleshed out. Like I've got pages more or less done for it. So maybe that'll be the next thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Cool. Sounds like you have a lot of things like kind of that you could do once you're done. Like a lot of things that you could turn over, right? Like you're talking about the music thing, then like a kid's book too. You could probably keep the art more simple as well. So maybe like a style that's a little quicker for you to draw.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I want it to be visually different too, right? Like this book I have this mental framework of what it has to look like. Like there's I'm trying to get dissonance with opposing ideas, right? Like it looks like Technicolor Dayglow barf, right?
Yeah.
But the content is fairly dark and weird, maybe unpleasant. But I want it to look poppy as hell. So I'd like to work on something outside of these frameworks, right? Where I could stretch a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, you've been working on this for a really long time. So just creatively, like I could totally understand why you'd want to, do something else to change it up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could get monotonous, right? Once in a while, like you said, you get picky, right? You obsess about stuff. So,
oh yeah, I'm out in the wilderness here.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of. Hey, did Johnny get sucked into a tornado? Is he okay?
Yeah, I think that might have been what happened, man.
Oh God.
Let's see. Usually he texted me. Let's see. He lost his. Yeah, he's gonna jump back on. So it must be there's a storm somewhere. It gets choppy. His internet kind of gets knocked in and out. So he should be getting back on. Probably his computer shut off too, so he probably has to reboot. Yeah. So yeah, man. If you do figure out where to watch that movie, you could send that link over to us too to let us know where after, and we can maybe post it in the because we could add stuff to the description of the show after. So if there's anything you think of after, we could just add links into the description afterwards too. If you find any links for anything you were talking about that we can add it into the descriptions after for people to click on it when they catch the episode on the replay.
Okay. Oh, that'd be cool because I have a terrible memory for names of things. And I'll get the anthology book's name as well.
Yeah, we can put that in the descriptions and stuff. If you have links and stuff like that, we could always add it in, no problem.
Sure. Yeah, I'll try to.
Yeah.
Get that tomorrow.
Yo, Johnny, we thought you were fucking pulling a Wizard of the Oz, and your house fucking got sucked up in a tornado.
No, like my modem decided to
crap out,
reboot itself like in the middle of the show. Yeah, like if you live in the Midwest, do not get Optimum. Is the name of the brand. I don't really have another choice though. So
yeah, you almost made it to the end, man, because it's getting to the time where we're wrapping up usually. So I
Well,
was like,
it
oh
hasn't
shit, he fucking dropped out right before the end.
It hasn't happened in a while. Like us
Yeah.
talking about it before the show, I think jinxed us a little bit, man.
Yeah.
And
That makes
I kind of have Lloyd's luck a little bit, man. To tell you the truth, I kind of really relate to the poor little guy in some ways because, like, yeah, shit like that always happens to me too.
Yeah, no, I hear you. My life's a big field of rakes, and I'm blindfolded, just walking.
Big field of breaks. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mm,
So,
type of game.
Mon Capitan, it was very, very great to have you on tonight, man. Like, it
Oh,
was.
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Been
Mhm.
really excited to talk to you since checking out the book originally, and man, good luck with the book going forward and with all your ventures, man. Like,
Thank
really
you.
pulling for you because I think it's kind of hard to tote the balance that you do with your book, and I think you kind of do it seamlessly. So keep on rocking on, man. I like the nice balance of like disturbing and emotional and just hilarity that you bring to the comic book, and just the pure artistry. You know what I mean? In my opinion, like
Yeah.
your book is going to be put out by Fantagraphics in like 15 years. You know what I mean? They're going to put out a nice hardcover, nice oversized, and I'm going to get it if I'm still alive.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably be in a box somewhere too. But it would be cool to have that book out there with Fantagraphics too.
Yeah,
But
man. So
thank
it's
you.
on it's on that
Appreciate it.
level, in my opinion, man. Like, it's beautiful.
Thank you. That's it's really nice to hear that you
Yeah,
guys enjoyed it.
we've been wanting to get you on to talk about this book for a while, so it was just great to have you on just to shoot the shit, talk
Oh,
about the
thank
book
you.
a bit. Yeah, and yeah, looking forward to the next chapter, and hopefully, like you said, we'll have that in early to mid 2026. So yeah, people can follow you on socials under Rottsteak. So if you have any updates there, if people are following you on socials, that you can go. I think pretty much Instagram is probably the only place people can find you.
Pretty much, yeah. I have a Twitter account, but I don't really use it because it's
Yeah, I think when I went and checked, I think the last time you posted something was in 2018 or something.
that sounds about right. Yeah.
So yeah, so Instagram is I think where I see you the most active, and yeah, I usually post if you're working on stuff there. So if people want to keep up to date on your work and where you're at with your books or any other projects, then go hit that follow button on Instagram under go
At
look it up.
Rottsteak.
Rottsteak.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, John, are you gonna this time are you gonna forget to hit the outro?
No, but what do we got planned for the next episode? Do we got anything coming up, or do we got to still figure that out?
No, I'm waiting for a couple people to get back to me
Okay.
for some dates, but yeah, we don't have anything planned officially, so we'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, we'll have something by Tuesday figured out. Like,
Yeah.
it will probably be Tuesday or Thursday.
Or Thursday, one or the other.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
just stick with us. We'll figure it out. But hell yeah, man. We'll see you guys when we see you. Take it easy, y'all.
Have a good week.